Ladies, you want to piss your man off? Call him at 2 a.m., moan, and then turn your phone off. Stay toxic, ladies.
Ladies, if you believe that this type of behavior is okay, then you need to do a whole lot of growing up and have no business having a man. And gentlemen, if this ever happens to you, you make sure and promise yourself and your Turkish friend that you will block this person on all platforms. I'm talking about WhatsApps, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Because this type of behavior is nothing but immature. Can you imagine what kind of a world we would live in if you would have women out here giving each other constructive advice on how to be feminine, on how to be a good partner, how to be caring and loving instead of being toxic? I mean, the world will be a better place. I promise you this. And another thing about this young lady and other women who behave like this, these women, they don't respect you, your masculinity, or themselves. I mean, this is how they act when they're in their early and mid-20s. Then they go get a job and focus on their career, and then they're way too good for any man to talk to them. And then they get into their 40s, and then they're leftover women. As the great Kevin Samuels said, this is just an example for you ladies. Don't behave like this. Don't put it out on the internet, because all you do when you are creating content like this and you throw it out into the world, men have access to the internet too, by the way, you are just proving their and my point. And on top of all of that, you're making yourself look stupid. See, we need to think about the consequences and the pros and the cons when we are creating content, because people watch our content. People take what you tell them by your words. And therefore, if you're out here behaving like this, all you do is making sure you stay single and the person you are talking to stays single. Fortunately, a lot of women who want to give advice to other women on how to be a fit partner in the relationship have no idea what they are talking about. They don't know what kind of words they're supposed to use. They don't know what kind of meaning is behind the words that they use. They don't even know the message of their video, which I personally find so ridiculous, because a lot of women out here are just doing things or making videos for likes and views and trying to go viral, when the best advice that you can give is out of experience, right? So that's how you know that a lot of these female content creators really have no idea what they are talking about, and they don't even think about the consequences of what they are saying. Unfortunately, a lot of women nowadays, they don't think before they start speaking. Just like this one, for example. If this woman would have a tad bit of respect for herself, the way she looks to her man when she does this, or have respect for her man's masculinity, she would know how to behave better. I mean, why even want to be toxic in a relationship? You are supposed to be the woman who is on the man's team. You are supposed to be the one where the man feels comfortable with. You're supposed to be the woman in his life he is supposed to trust. And you want to call that man at 2 a.m. in the morning, moan, and then turn your phone off and be toxic? I don't understand these women nowadays. Either they want to be wifey material, or they just want to go the 304 route. And I believe, unfortunately, a lot of women nowadays, they're always, talking about the traditional way is not a good way anymore, because the woman is suppressed when she's in a traditional relationship, but yet they want to go and be 304s. Why? Because that's easy, And the reason why I'm saying that you're supposed to block this person if this ever happens to you is you have to do the exact opposite of what that person is expecting, to put them in a complete shock. Because since a lot of women are very dramatic and they want to bring their toxicity and their drama into your life so you can be miserable too, because misery loves company, women like her would expect you to drive to their place, bang onto the door, open the door, create a whole bunch of drama, not even thinking of the consequences of what may happen if you are waking up the whole neighborhood, just because she wants to be toxic. If you have a woman in your life and she's taking away from you more than she is giving you, then obviously that woman is not for you. Unfortunately, on today's dating market, this is exactly what happens, because let's just look at a very classic situation. You meet a woman, of course that woman is going to expect you to invest your time. She's going to expect you to invest your money. She wants to be the center of your attention. And this concept is explained a lot of times by Coach Greg Adams, which I personally love listening to every single day. Every time I catch one of his lives after work, because of the time difference, I'm just excited. You guys really need to go listen to him. Not everybody likes him. Of course, nobody is perfect. But at the end of the day, he really gives good advice. And this concept basically is called protect your meat, money, energy, attention, and time. And it is real. Back to what I was trying to tell you is though, even if you are only 2 months into your relationship and you are the only one that's giving, and the woman has been creating drama and taking from you, then she is no good for you, because her type of behavior, her mindset, and her attitude is not going to change over the time of you guys being together. So if you don't have a woman by your side who is humble, who is, respectful, who is kind-spoken, who is thankful, just a simple thank you. Look straight into your eyes, say thank you. That is so meaningful. Why? Because it's an exchange of energy. But women really don't know how to, vibrate on a higher frequency anymore. And this may sound crazy to all of you, but since a lot of women nowadays are only interested in material, trying to be seen, social media, following trends, they don't even know who they are, and they will never understand energy exchange. And I'm just going to give you one example right here. How many men are married but they are miserable because they are coming home to a woman and all she does is complain, compare, and criticize? These 3 C's have such a negative impact on a man, to the point that men don't even want to go home anymore to the woman that they are married to. That is a complete nightmare. I want to be my husband's best friend. I want to be his number 1 teammate. I want to be the person that he runs to, and I would do anything for that. Why? Because I love that man. And I'm not trying to sound cheesy and everything, but we need more women to be all over the internet who appreciate their man for who he is. And me being alone in Germany right now is because of his decision making. I'm being supportive so he can grow. I'm being supportive so he can grow and become a better man, a better husband to me. And that's exactly the type of qualities in a woman that a lot of men are not able to find nowadays, because women, they're not willing to compromise. They're not willing to cooperate, and they are not willing to sacrifice. If anything, a lot of women nowadays, they just want to sit back, relax, spend the money that you are bringing home. They don't want to respect you. They still want to be on their hot girl summer vacations, but it doesn't work like that. And you cannot wife a woman like that. I'm not saying the woman shouldn't have a life on her own. I do what I like to do as well. But the things that I do is a little different. All I do, I go to the gym, I meet my family, I meet friends. That's it. All that extra other stuff is completely unnecessary. And another thing is, it doesn't do the relationship any good. I mean, many women, they don't even want to stay exclusive to a man and one man only.
The frame on you. I got my old shooters with me and they land on you.
You see, and sometimes I'm thinking, oh, this is a meme. This is just probably supposed to be funny. But no, they mean it. They are as serious as a heart attack, which is actually the sad part. And it really doesn't matter if you are a young woman, a woman in her 30s, in her 40s. This type of behavior is absolutely not ladylike. In my humble opinion, we really need to bring back shame for women to feel guilty when they do certain things. And that's how I see it. And at the same time, these type of women would be the women who are getting mad at passport bros for trying to leave the US, going to some other country and find a woman who does not behave like that. Women from other countries, and I'm not talking about all of them. I also know that all women in the US are behaving like this. Unfortunately, it's a big part though, because women from other countries who are being raised to become wives, they don't get taught to call their man at 2 a.m. and moan and turn the phone off. Do you know what would happen in the Turkish culture if something like that would happen? That would be that woman's last phone call. Women out here are thinking that men don't have any pride. You have to respect a man's masculinity and his pride. But if you as a woman don't know to play your role in your femininity, then you will never respect that masculinity. If women, young women at that, are not going to stop learning from these entertainers such as Saweetie or Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or what's the other girl's name? I have no idea. Anyway, they need to stop taking these women as role models and really listen to women like myself who have been married for 15 years, who have been in a relationship with one man and one man only for 23 years now. Also very important though, men need to know their place as well. And one thing about that is, do not tolerate any BS from these modern women because they just think about themselves. If a woman just comes out of nowhere and does toxic things, that's just because she is being toxic. Why do you want to allow her toxicity to influence your well-being and your life? And if worse comes to worse, her toxicity and that affecting your life is going to be on a daily basis to the point where you are miserable too now. And what you're also not allowed to do, dear gentlemen, do not try to change a woman. On social media, women will show their true colors. So if you see a woman behave in a certain way, you better believe her. Same goes for men. But I do not come across any content where men are giving other men the advice to be toxic. If I see any type of content, men are telling other men to know your place, go make your money, don't mess with any toxic B words. I was going to say the word actually. Put yourself first. And there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, you're going to have to focus on all of these things in order to become a provider and a protector. And if you are having a woman in your life who is distracting you from doing all of these things and making life harder for you, then you need to get rid of her. Just to sum it up for you guys and ladies, if there's anyone listening, protect your meat, as Coach Greg Adams says. Meat, the M stands for money, E for energy, A for attention, T for time. And also, if you have women in your life who bring toxicity and drama and make you feel uncomfortable, those are not the women for you to keep in your life. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are new, leave a like, leave a comment, and stay tuned for more content.